my ethos is life is about time and relationships. So at the core, that's another reason why I love podcasting, because you're like, oh, I could use this to further relationships. Now, it's for the relationships because I'm able to use it as a medium to get my message out there, and then take that content. The second part of your piece is content repurposing and content creation. It's like, I'm an external processor. So for me to sit down and type up my thoughts all day ain't gonna happen. But to have this as a medium of like, let me just free flow my thoughts with you right now in a conversation. It's recorded. I may regret what I say, but it's out there, and I've got to go with it, because I said that at one point. Those people that are nervous about it will probably not get into it, and that's a completely different story we can talk about and dissect. But like, the medium itself is like, most people want to have conversations. If you just take the standard, hey, I would love to have a coffee talk with you. We all got too much on our plate. We don't have time for it. But if you go, hey, I would love to have you as a guest on my podcast, to have the same conversation we're probably going to have over coffee, only I'm now giving you a platform. So maybe, depending on the person, you'll be a little more reserved. I am who I am, so this is me no matter what. But some may be like very more polished or reserved, like, I'm not going to go off the cuff. Think of Joe Rogan as your quintessential, right? So I think it's a great way to now start having the conversations that you were going to have, giving a platform, and then figuring out what was great out of that conversation that we could repurpose. Like, I don't know how many coffee meetings I've had and going like, my God, this is gold. Like, I learned so much. Like, this in itself is a podcast, hence why we hear a lot of those things. But there's so many other ways to podcast besides what we're doing right now. But that is where a lot of people's minds go to. But if you look at the statistics, statistically, that's not a large percentage of podcasts are just you and I doing a show together. So I think from a relationship building, there's that. There's also business side. Like, how do I go ahead and build a business?
Right.
I'm going to have, in your case, good example, before in the green room, I'm like, wow, I'm using your platform. We're using Zinc right now to record this. And you're like, I get to show everyone what this looks like by you coming on. And it's a great business. So it's like, let me show the industry what my tool is, go, wow, this is an amazing tool. Then I get to show other people, and then Greg's going to promote it. Like, it's just a smart business decision in itself. Why wouldn't you do that? So I think from a relationship standpoint and business, they can coexist.